Well, let's take a look at how Indian Hotels, the Indian listed company that operates Taj Group of Hotels, stacks up versus its global peers. Just taking a look at the overall market capitalization, the kind of returns that they've provided, and what the strategy has been for Indian hotels to put it in this league of major global hotel chains. Now, for instance, Marriott International has a market cap of close to $50 billion. The 1 month return has been lower by about 2.5%, with a 1 year return of 15%. Hilton Worldwide, for instance, a market cap of about $35 billion. Intercontinental, a $9.9 billion market cap. It's lost out about 10% this last month, and in the last 1 year has lost out about 13%. Hyatt Group of Hotels has a market cap of close to $9.6 billion US. It's gained about 3% this 1 month, and in the last 1 year about 23% or so. Now, in comparison, Indian Hotels is playing catch up. Their market cap is close to $5.5 billion right now. And in the last 1 month, in terms of the stock performance, that has been absolutely phenomenal. 14.5% or so in the last 1 month. And in the last 1 year, it has returns of over 115%. 6 month returns have been of about 60%. And just let's put into focus how Indian Hotels really stacks up, what the company's strategy has been. So it is among the top Indian players in terms of the world market cap. The company has gone ahead and undertaken capital allocation measures. They are debt free. They've launched a lot of new services, and they've gone very big on the digital platform. And Puneet Chhatwal has really worked in steering the company in that direction. For instance, even if you take a look at the kind of quarterly performance that the company delivered, it's been nothing short of extraordinary. The consolidated profits, for instance, in the previous quarter came in at a stellar 181 crores versus the company's losses last year of about 300 crore rupees. Of course, we had the impact of the pandemic, but we've seen the company undertake a lot of cost-cutting measures, become debt-free, and really work in this endeavor. Even the total income really a jump of about 250% to 1293 crore rupees, with a healthy margin picture standing at about 29.2%. Now, just to put it into perspective, this kind of stellar growth has really been can be attributed to the surge in demand that we've seen across markets, across segments. Of course, that COVID lull behind us, now you're seeing a complete rush for people for bookings and holidays and staycations. A lot of hotels already booked out. Occupancy as well as the rates have already exceeded pre-COVID levels. Mumbai, New Delhi, Bengaluru has seen the revenue the RevPAR levels exceeding what we even witnessed in FY19 to 20. The company has generated free cash flow in Q1. They remain net cash positive. Ginger, for instance, has achieved an EBITDA margin of 41%, a positive PBT in Q1. And then their other offerings, Qmin, IHCL, they've received 100 crore revenue. Amma Stays and Trails, that has grown very smartly, over 90 bungalows. And, even analysts say the investment rationale is that there's the new strategy of Avhan 2025, that's going to accelerate profitable growth. There's focus on being asset light, expanding their balance sheet, new sign-ups, new pipeline. And we spoke with Puneet Chhatwal just about a month ago, and he said that he's going to think of this success due to resilience and not being anti-fragile. There's been a change in business model to asset light. The second half is going to be better. There's a strong pipeline. Qmin is going to drive margins despite the low contribution. The guidance of zero debt is going to be stuck to for the long term. The margin and the EBITDA to profits is going to be steady, and the second half of the company is going to be even better, assuming, of course, that there's no black swan event.